AA is not going to tell you that. You're not an alcoholic. You're a drunkard. Am I going to worship Jesus Christ or Jack Daniels? Please send questions, comments, conundrums, snarks to idea@wretched.org.
All right, this one is from Kyla, who says, "Hi, Wretched. Christians who suffer from the sin of drinking alcohol in excess, are they to look solely to Christ alone for help with turning away from this sin, or is something like AA helpful?"
Yeah, you have to admit AA has helped some people, but it's kind of like a blind knife finding a squirrel in the shed twice a day. Instead, there is a much better biblical approach to dealing with addictions. First of all, they're not. That is a clinical term. When somebody is consuming a lot of alcohol regularly, the Bible identifies them as a drunkard or a wine bibber, which makes that behavior a sin. AA is not going to tell you that. They'll tell you, hey, aren't you tired of the effects? Aren't you weary from waking up with a headache? Well, that's maybe true, but it doesn't help you to mortify the sin that causes the headache because they don't label it as a sin. The Bible does. And that's good news because God helps people in overcoming sin. So out of the gate, a biblical counseling approach would be, let's interpret the subject in biblical language. You're not an alcoholic. You're a drunkard. Now, what is going on in that heart? I'm not sure, but I think in Transformed, our new series, which is out right now, you can find it at transformed.org or wretched.org. Just go to the Transformed link, and you can see all about the 13 episodes. One of the people, and by the way, she's just doing so great right now. We're actually going to do a follow-up on her in season 2 because she was struggling with alcohol and pot every day, and now she's not. And one of the roots we explored with her, because remember, being a drunkard, that's a fruit. There's a root. And one of the roots, for instance, is what? Idolatry. It's a worship disorder. You've had a hard day. You want to cut the edge off of it. Who wants to cut the edge off of it for you? The Lord. Who can cut the edge off of it for you? The Lord. We're to seek Him for our comfort. We're to seek Him for our joy. We're to run into the strong tower when we are feeling like we've had a really miserable day, not into a bottle of booze. So when you are tempted to do that, consider you are making a worship decision. And am I going to worship Jesus Christ or Jack Daniels? And that answer should be very, very obvious. Instead of AA or even celebrating recovery, consider biblical counseling. This is Wretched Radio. I'll be needing to see some identification, young man.
Why?
Because you, my friend, are a lawbreaker.
No, I'm not.
You are, according to this video from Ray Comfort Production.
What's your emergency?
Yeah, he asked me to become a gospel partner, and he took my credit card.